All right, let's solve a mystery that hits close to home for so many of us. That feeling of, where did all my money go?
No, seriously, think about it for a second. Your paycheck hits the bank, you pay the rent, you buy groceries, and then poof, it's like it just vanishes into thin air. Where does the rest of it actually go? It feels like a magic trick, but trust me, it's not.
So to really get to the bottom of this, let me tell you about a friend. This guy, you'd look at him and think he was super responsible with his money. I mean, he didn't shop a lot, and you definitely wouldn't see him with flashy designer stuff or the latest gadgets. If you looked at his bank account, there was no smoking gun, no huge purchase you could point to.
And yet, every single month, it was the same story. He'd check his account and nothing. Or, next to nothing. The money was just gone.
So that's our case. Let's call it the disappearing money mystery. Time to put on our detective hats and crack this thing wide open.
And here's the big reveal, the number one clue. His money wasn't being stolen in some big heist. Nope, it was more like a slow leak, dripping away, a few dollars at a time, through these small, almost invisible traps.
Okay, so now we know what we're looking for. It's time to line up the usual suspects. Let's unmask the 5 biggest culprits behind this mystery.
All right, culprit number 1. Oh, this one's a classic. It's subscription creep. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You've got that fitness app, the music app, some cloud storage, a Game Pass maybe. 4 or 5 different streaming services? Each one is just a few bucks, so it feels like no big deal.
But then you add them all up, and suddenly you're looking at $40, maybe even $80 a month just gone. And let's be honest, a lot of it is for stuff you barely even use. And just like that, the first trap is sprung.
Okay, on to suspect number 2, the small purchases. This is that daily coffee run, the vending machine snack, the bottle of water you grab on the go. It feels completely harmless, right? I mean, what's a couple of bucks?
Well, let's do the math. Let's say it's just $2 a day.
That little habit turns into $60 a month.
And before you know it, that's over $700 a year. It's wild, right? These tiny, who cares purchases snowball into a serious amount of cash. I mean, think about what that is. That's a brand new phone, a weekend trip, just gone. Poof, traded away for coffee and snacks, and you probably didn't even think twice about it.
Okay, culprit number 3 is super sneaky. It's called lifestyle inflation. Here's how it works. You get a raise at work, and what happens? You start spending more. Maybe you go for the fancier coffee, you buy slightly nicer clothes, you upgrade to the premium version of, everything. Your income goes up, but your bank balance doesn't. Sound familiar?
Next up, number 4, and hey, we've all been here. It's emotional spending. You have a terrible day at work, and you think, you know what, I deserve this new shirt. Or you're bored, you're stressed, so you pull up a food delivery app. That little purchase gives you a quick hit of happy chemicals, a little dopamine reward. But man, is it a dangerous trap, because our feelings can totally wreck our finances.
And our last suspect, number 5, overpaying for convenience. This is a big one. Think about it. There's the cost of the thing you're buying, and then there's the extra cost for convenience. That's your delivery fees, your rideshare surcharges, your rush shipping. All that easy has a price, and believe me, it adds up fast.
Okay, so we've identified the culprits, we've cracked the case. Now for the best part. Let's talk about the 5 simple fixes that will help you plug these leaks and take back control. The first 2 fixes are all about just paying attention. First, the subscription audit. Seriously, go through your bank statement and be ruthless. If you haven't used it in a month, cancel it. Then, for just 1 week, that's all, 1 week, write down every single small thing you buy. Every coffee, every snack. I'm telling you, the results will probably shock you. So how do you fight that lifestyle inflation? Here's the game plan for your next raise. For the first 3 to 6 months, do nothing. Just live exactly like you did before and bank all that extra cash. Then, once you have that nice little savings cushion, you can look at intentionally upgrading one thing in your life. Not everything, just one. And for that emotional spending, there's a super simple but powerful trick, the 24-hour rule. When you get that impulse buy craving, just stop. Wait 24 hours. That's it. You will be amazed how often, by the next day, you don't even want it anymore. The urge just evaporates. Finally, how do we deal with convenience costs? Here's a simple rule of thumb. Only pay for convenience when it saves you a significant amount of time.
If paying for delivery frees up half an hour on a crazy busy day, great, maybe that's worth it. But if you're just chilling at home, maybe not. You just have to make it a conscious choice, not an automatic habit.
So when you boil it all down, this isn't about depriving yourself. It's about being aware. It's about being intentional. It's your money, right? It's about you deciding where it goes, not just letting it disappear.
And I want to leave you with this one core idea. Most people don't go broke because they bought a yacht. They go broke from 1,000 tiny, invisible leaks. It's those little spending traps, day after day, that do the real damage.
So the question for you is, now that you know what to look for, what's the first leak you're going to go fix?